Okay, guys, so many of you asked if I could follow up on the whole Jeremy Renner thing, keep you guys updated, and just talk about where we're at and what's being reported and separating the nonsense from what's actually happening. So let's do that. And we got our first major update on the future and hopeful recovery. So what we officially now know, thanks to a couple updates over the last 24 to 36 hours, and things that have been confirmed, is that Jeremy is now back home. We of course saw that a couple days ago, but he is there more or less, permanently now, up until whatever they had to do is, I guess, deemed recoverable enough that he can move on to the next process. Again, we don't know the full details of what exactly was done, the extent of everything, the injuries and all that, so we're not even going to speculate on any of that because there's so much in regards to what's happened. What we do know is that the snowcat that crushed him was over 14,000 pounds. And obviously there was some orthopedic injuries, chest, leg, obviously, and all that. Again, in intensive care, but stable condition, then recovered, and then finally now home. What we're hearing is that essentially the family there, including his mom, is really having to help him pretty much do everything while he's more or less bedbound. And that this is the first of many steps to recovery. And essentially what we're hearing is that you can't fix everything at once because that's too much trauma on the body. You got to fix one thing at a time, let that recover, start healing, then move on to the next one. So what we're hearing is that this could be a multi-step process that's ongoing. That's everything we officially know. Again, anything anybody's reported about potential whatever nonsense, it's not true. And what we're really seeing here is that more or less things are going as good as can be expected. Now, what that means for the future, again, we don't know much. Nobody knows much. There hasn't been any official, like, hey, here's exactly what happened. Here's the recovery. Here's what they did and all that. And if they ever do release that in the next couple weeks, then I assume we'll get more updates. But my guess is that nobody wants to do that, especially like his agency or anything, because that's just the last thing everybody should be talking about or even thinking about right now. Again, there's a couple more updates out there that I've seen from some of the trades that are talking about some things here or there that, again, it's not a whole lot outside of this. If there's a pretty significant update, I'll provide it with what I think that they're saying and try to sift through the crap in there. But overall, it's looking like he's on his way to a recovery. I don't want to say speedy because it doesn't sound like that, but a recovery nonetheless.